It's vitally important to know who your adversaries are. It's also vitally important to understand how Yah may be using even their tactics in our favor. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day 1 of Balaq, whose name means destroyer. Let's go to Bamidbar, our Numbers chapter number 22, and read verses 1 through 6. The children of Israel set out and camped in the desert plains of Moab beyond the Jordan of Jericho. And Balaq, son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites, and Moab was exceedingly afraid of the people because they were many, and Moab was in dread because of the children of Israel. And Moab said to the elders of Midian, now this company is licking up all that is around us as the ox licks up the grass of the field. Now Balaq was son of Zippor, was sovereign of the Moabites at that time, and he sent messengers to Balaam, son of Beor, at Pethor, which is near the river in the land of the sons of his people, to call him, saying, See, a people has come from Mitzrayim. See, they have covered the surface of the land, and they are settling next to me. And now, please, come at once. Curse this people from me, for they are too strong for me. It might be that I strike them and drive them out of the land, for I know that he whom you bless is blessed, and he whom you curse is cursed. A couple things here right up front. Balaq has a Torah portion named after him. He is one of 6 individuals that have this quality, or this privilege, you might say. 6. 2 of which, of these 6, are not righteous men. And so we have Noach, we have Kaesara, we have Yitro, we have Korach, Balaq, and then we have Pinchas. Korach was proven to not be righteous in his agenda and was thoroughly judged. Balaq is not even pretending to be righteous. He is acknowledged to be absolutely an adversary to Yahweh and to his covenant people Israel. And yet he has a Torah portion named after him. He is granted this significant status in this respect, that his evil intentions, his adversarial opposition, actually is turned around for Israel's benefit, even though there is an element of this agenda that does prevail and does work. Yah's righteousness, nevertheless, overcomes, and Israel is able to move forward. Let's also understand from that, then, that not every victory for Israel is without consequences. Case in point, Israel, at the time that this is set in the narrative of their time in the wilderness, they had defeated Sihon, king of the Amorites, and Og of Bashan. And matter of fact, they have gone in against these very intimidating foes and mowed them down, wiped them out. The manner of their victory has struck terror, and Balaq, who was sovereign or king of the Moabites, and as we read and study in his previous mentions about Midian and Moab and their battles, you understand that Midian is where Balaq was from, and he is sending to his own people for help. That among them is Balaam, this notorious so-called prophet. Balaq has been taken from the Midianites as a warrior-style people to come and be king over Moab because, well, Moab is now being threatened by Israel. And he's realizing, we got a problem, and militarily we can't face them, so we need spiritual advantage. Here's another lesson for us to understand then. Even though we seem to be riding tides and waves of victory, It doesn't mean that our spiritual adversaries have just laid down and said, well, we give up. Be assured, not rest assured, but be assured that all things are not what they may seem. Case in point, years ago, decades ago, Laura and I were pastoring a local church here, and much of our focus was in the arena of spiritual warfare. We were seeking to discern spirits, territorial adversaries, recognizing that it's not just about casting out a demon in an individual, but it is recognizing local authorities, their ancient placement, how they got here, redeeming the land, and so on and so forth. So much was involved. That focus was very intense in those days, and it's not unnecessary now, but it was especially necessary for that point in time. What we understood was that you may win a brief battle and think you've won the war. Reality is, it's just a battle, and you have to be vigilant. You have to be consistent. You have to remain focused. You have to keep your spiritual armor on. You can't let down your guard, because as is Israel doing here, perhaps celebrating and rejoicing in their major victories and thinking, if all of our adversaries fall like these two companies of people, then we got this land and we'll take it very quickly. They didn't realize the level of intensity of battle was about to increase, because the next foes were not to be only faced on the battlefield, but also in the heavenlies. It is vital for us to understand that whatever battle, individually, corporately, territorially, nationally, that we are facing, the way it appears to us in the physical realm is not all that there is to it. There is the spiritual realm element as well. The Jews at this moment worldwide are facing threats and oppositions. At the time of this recording, there's been an election in France, and those that are being put into power have proven themselves in many ways to be anti-Semitic, at least as the news reports read. And the some 500,000 Jews who live in France are now in alarm and are being strongly urged, get out of France. You need to get to the land of Israel. It's not safe in France. It's safer for you here. Here in America, it's the same thing. College students are afraid to go to class if they're Jewish. Synagogues are being attacked. Jews on the streets in New York City are being attacked just for who they are. Understand then that as the Jews, the house of Judah or Yehuda is being attacked, the house of Israel, those who are claiming to be a part of the Hebraic community, do you think that we will go by unscathed, unnoticed, and fly under the radar, and there will be no threat against us? I can almost guarantee that in the heavenly realm, that there are those forces of darkness that are contemplating how to foment their opposition to us. And while we think, well, let's just pray for our brother Yehuda, we need to be praying and keeping ourselves vigilant as well. Also know this, that whatever Hasatan and his cohorts are planning, whatever oppositions may come, Yah will turn that for our good. Let me read you a verse from back in Genesis, Bereshit, chapter 50, where Joseph is speaking to his brothers, and he said in verse 20, and you intended evil against me, but Elohim intended it for good, in order to do as it is this day, to keep a great many people alive. There are other verses to support this, but that's key. Whatever our adversary is planning, Yah knows how to turn it on his head for our good and our benefit. Be encouraged today. I'll see you tomorrow. To then, shalom.